What if you could land a job that pays more than $250,000 a year? In a tech company, that's definitely not a long shot. I've been working in tech for over 2 years, and it's not only engineers that receive large compensation packages. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 of these roles that pay well over $250,000 a year and how to get them if you see yourself working in them. So let's get started. Starting with recruiters, recruiters in tech are paid other than salary, equity, bonuses, and commissions. Commissions can play a major part of the compensation of a recruiter, and in a good year can amount to more than hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions alone. As a recruiter, you will source and interface with candidates that are in the hiring pipeline. Usually, the first step that a candidate goes through after they have been sourced is to jump on a call that a recruiter conducts. As a recruiter, your main goal is to source as many candidates as possible and meet quotas set by engineering leadership. So recruiters are somewhat like salespeople, but instead of selling the company's products to clients, they're selling the high compensation, the culture, and working at the company in general to potential future employees. While there are recruiters at tech companies, you can be a recruiter at a recruiting agency that sources candidates on behalf of other tech companies. They are referred to as headhunters, and they usually source candidates for hedge funds and proprietary trading companies. The difference between the two is that if you are a recruiter at a tech company, you will have more stability and enjoy the same benefits as other full-time employees if you're working at a company that's known for great culture and perks like Google. But on the other hand, as a headhunter at a technical recruiting agency, your compensation can be substantially higher because you have more opportunities for very high commissions by sourcing very senior people for executive roles. To become a technical recruiter, usually the only thing that you need is a bachelor's degree, and it doesn't really matter in what, can be in science, in arts, in business, or something else, because you will get training on the job. Once you have a degree, you can start applying for entry-level technical recruiting jobs at tech companies that will pay you 6 figures right from the beginning. It will be hard to break into the more competitive companies initially, but even with a little experience at the lesser competitive companies, it will become substantially easier to break into the higher paying ones once you have a year or 2 under your belt. Next, it's the product designer. That's a general term that encompasses both UI and UX designers. At tech companies, product designers are responsible for the entire user experience of a product, from conception to launch, and their work is integral to the company's brand. Companies with a great design like Stripe usually have a very strong brand. Designers work with a variety of stakeholders, including engineers and marketers, to create products that are both functional and visually appealing. While it's not a technical role, designers do need to develop expertise in design tools like Figma or Sketch to complete tasks, like designing the user interface and experience of a product and design prototypes to test out different design concepts. They will also be doing user research and collaborating cross-functionally to get everyone in line in the design process. As a designer, you will also receive equity and bonuses as part of your compensation package that will be worth in total high 6 figures through senior roles and beyond. If you're one of those people that during high school enjoyed working on slides in group projects and spending time to make them pretty, product design could be a much more powerful and rewarding version of that. To become one, a bachelor's degree is usually required, but it doesn't really have to relate to design. The important part is your online portfolio. Usually when you apply to a company for product design roles or when you interview, you will need to show some previous work that you have done, even if you're applying to an entry-level job. So having a personal website with great projects is the key part of your application. Showing proficiency in design principles is more important than which specific tools you will use to create or build projects for your portfolio. You will be onboarding and receiving mentorship and resources for the design stack of the company when you join as a junior. So don't stress about the tools and instead focus on dedicating time to learning design and building a professional portfolio. And finally, sales. You can make a lot in sales, like really a lot. If you're good at it, you can make more than virtually anyone else who performs well at other jobs, technical or not. Though you don't need to have technical knowledge, you do need to have a deep understanding for the problems that the people have that you're selling products to and how the products that you are selling help solve these problems. You need to have that understanding to a degree where you can speak with authentic conviction to the people that you're speaking to. And since it's in tech, some of the problems will be of technical nature, and the more you understand those, of course, on a higher level, the better you'll be able to sell. But don't let technical knowledge intimidate you, because you'll be frequently getting training, especially in the beginning. Now, sales will be stressful in nature because you will have quotas to hit. And although you might receive a lot of support and training depending on the company, you will still be responsible to transferring leads into clients. But on the upside, you can make 7 figures in sales if you become great at it over time. And even as a junior sales development representative, if you're exceeding your quotas, you can be making multiple 6 figures from commissions. That's obviously not going to be easy, but other than mastering the sales craft, you would want to position yourself at B2B companies like AWS, Snowflake, or Microsoft that sell to other large clients. So you might be wondering that sales jobs have hefty requirements and are extremely competitive, but you would be surprised. Your degree does not matter. Your background for entry-level SDR jobs also does not matter. Great salespeople could be anyone. And in some sense, not having a great background can make you more humble and eager to learn, which will help you crush it compared to someone else who finished an MBA at a top school and think that they got it all figured out. A bachelor's degree is often not required. Companies are really not looking for anything else other than ambitious people that are thirsty to succeed. They will provide the mentorship and the training to help you cultivate your sales skills and grow into an expert in the craft. It's a win-win for both sides. If you're ambitious and you're one of those that enjoys or gets energized talking to other people rather than working in front of a computer, sales in tech might be your way to high income. So you don't have to be a software engineer to work in tech and build a rewarding career. Jobs in tech pay well in general. Sure, some pay more than others, but the differences are mostly insignificant. What matters is that you find something that you can become great at. If you're great at sales, you'll be making much more money down the line than as an engineer or vice versa, and I've seen this more than once. The other advantage is that you're not limited to a single industry. You have tech companies in virtually any industry, in medicine, agriculture, even payments and finance, which I've covered in previous videos if you're interested to learn more about fintech and what roles exist in it. And finally, I've included a link in the description for a list of hundreds of tech companies and their career pages to help you get started searching around if you're interested in applying to tech jobs. And with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.